K-Trend Monitoring Office. How can I help you? And back joining us in the studio for our Monday's K-Trend Monitoring Office is David. David, hello to you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Do you sing? I've never heard you sing.
No, I do not sing.
Why don't you sing?
I'm horrible.
You don't go to 노래방?
No.
I'm horrible. I sing.
There's this famous episode.
Yes.
As soon as I graduated high school, I wanted to sing. My favorite artist was actually Big Bang.
Oh, really?
The song you were tuning into.
Let's do it.
No. Please don't put me on the spot. But like, let me finish this.
Yeah.
So I went to like this vocal academy.
Oh.
And I was like, teach me how to sing. And then they did like these octave tests or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after examining me, the recipient or whatever, the counselor was like, what do you think of trying rap?
So, let's try rap, right?
No.
파도처럼 부서진 내 마음, 바람처럼 흔들리는 내 마음.
Nah.
Come on, David.
No. That's when that's what I knew that she was politely saying, like, you suck at singing. So, yeah, just try rap.
Let's do this together.
No.
파도처럼 부서진 내 마음, 바람처럼 흔들리는 내 마음.
I was actually laughing outside.
한숨만 땅이 거지라시죠.
How does SJ do this in front of like 50, 60 people?
I go home and then I just cry afterwards.
Okay. Makes sense.
I go home and I just go to my bed and I cry for like 30 minutes.
I would punch the pillow too.
That's what I do. What are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the survival of the thriftiest.
Okay.
So this is actually a topic I like because I'm a very frugal, thrifty person.
That's good.
I don't like to spend a lot of money. So this is actually turning into a very high-stakes cultural movement among the younger generation in Korea. And we don't really need to look into the background that much because I think it's a quite universal thing happening over the world. Inflation, the economy, like food prices going up, gas prices going up. Yeah, it's just very hard to just sustain yourself in general. So yeah, we're going to be looking at different methods in how the younger generation tries to like survive.
No, it was crazy. Over the weekend, I was going out for some wine gathering with a couple of people, and we like to eat before we drink, right? And so we went to like a cheap guksu place, noodle place, and guksu is cheap.
Yeah,
it was packed with kids.
Oh.
Because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, this is what you guys eat on the weekends? But I think they're doing also the same thing. Like they'll get dinner, but they don't want to spend a lot. And so they're finding places like restaurants that are more affordable. So apparently, wow, this beggar map, there's a beggar map?
Yes. So I've actually used this firsthand.
It's a legit map.
Yes, I did my research. You can literally just type it on Google and it just appears.
It's called Koji Map.
Yes, in Korean it's Kulture Map. In English it's Beggar Map, and it's basically a map where they show you places and restaurants nearby your area where you can buy a meal under $10.
Wow.
So nowadays, if you eat outside, I would say by average, the average meal would be like $10 to $12, right? Yeah, that's a lot, and not a lot of people can afford that, but with this beggar map, you can set the filter under to like $8, $7. And actually, I tried it with my neighborhood and it actually gave me some solid recommendations. I went to one place, which was like this cafeteria inside a big corporate.
Yeah.
And it was like just open for the public to come and use the cafeteria, and it had a lot
of... I saw that. You posted it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
There were a few more places like that, and I found them on the Koji map, the beggar map, and they were like hidden gems. So yeah, it's definitely a up and rising thing. And as of February 2026, major Seoul food staples have spiked, and kimbap is actually up 7.4%, which is now 3,800 won.
Oh, I wish I could find kimbap for 3,800.
Oh, yes. If you go to like these franchises, they're almost like 4,000, 5,000 won.
Yeah.
And kalguksu noodle you mentioned is inching towards the 10,000 won mark.
That's wild because, guys, like kalguksu, which is like knife cut noodles and just regular noodles, are supposed to be like cheap food.
Yeah.
It's food commoners ate back in the days.
In the old days when we were in elementary, high school, I remember kalguksu, like knife cut noodles, being maybe $5 max.
Oh, it was like 3,000 won from when I was young.
Okay, a little bit of a gap there, but yeah, it was $5 max. It was a very cheap food, affordable food, and even for like what was it, kimbap? It was literally $1.
I used to pay about 1,500 won. The cheapest I found was 1,000 won.
Yeah, kimbap heaven. We used to have it for 1,000 won. 1,500
went up, and it was like 1,500 is what you see, and then now it's just like it's skyrocketed so much.
Yeah.
But Jenga over in Syracuse says, I want a beggar map for here too, because over in the U.S. inflation is pretty ridiculous.
Right.
But what I like is how people share this. I know I don't know how to use it, but like using Naver Map.
Yeah.
You could also customize your own Naver map. And the one that I've used, for example, not a beggar map, but it shows you like someone has like a map that they share with everyone where they allow corkage for restaurants.
Oh, okay.
So restaurants that allow you to bring in your own alcohol. And so they put like stars all over the map.
Right.
And so they share that with everybody. But it's kind of like that, but you could actually adjust this so that you could choose the prices too, filter the prices.
They have the filters.
That's wow.
Actually, Jenga, like come to think of it, it would be a great business idea for the U.S. and other regions around the world because people are struggling, right? So a site like this with
let's do this.
Should we? I don't know what the advertising model would be, but like the revenue model would be, but I think it's a good idea.
Through ads.
If they don't have this model yet.
Through ads, man. Every time they want to find some cheap food, they have to look at ads.
Right.
You know, and then these...
That's very ironic.
Or
you're basically like paying for information.
But in the long run, it'll save you money.
Exactly.
And so you're going to charge them for the non-ad version, which is going to be like $30. That works out.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to work on this one. But again, this is how young people are using technology. They're sharing information. And I think this is a great thing. This is an interesting one, too. The lunch placeholder battle.
Lunch placeholder battle. So, yeah, young professionals are actually ditching these trendy cafes for value-driven franchises. So, like, you know, like those big cafes, like the aesthetic ones for the gram, and also the big Starbucks or these fancy ones. They usually sell, I think the golden... what do you call it? The standard for how expensive a cafe is, the ice Americano price.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if you go to like Starbucks, it will probably be around like $3.5 or something like that.
It's like 3.8.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But if you go to like Mega Coffee or like the cheaper ones, Mammoth Coffee.
2.8.
Yeah. 2 point something.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like these independent cafes that are popping up, they have like 500 won, 1,000 won of ice Americanos.
You know what I've seen a lot of young people do these days is they go to the convenience stores for coffee.
Yeah.
So the weird thing is you also have to buy the cup, but the cup only costs like 200 won.
Yeah.
Right? And then they use the machine, which is like in total you only pay about 1,200.
Right.
So it's 1,001 for the coffee and 200 for the cup. And you're paying less than $1 for coffee.
Yeah, that's
and it tastes
value
all right.
price.
Oh, Starbucks Americano tall is 4,801.
Wow. Like I wouldn't know that information because I don't go to Starbucks. Like I cannot afford Starbucks literally.
It's just not that. It's not that I can't afford it. It just doesn't taste good. I don't know why you would pay that much for
exactly that
for
too.
Bad coffee.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. We call it the Big Mac indicator.
Oh yes. So I actually had McDonald's the way here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rich man.
Yes. No. Actually, a Big Mac set apparently costs around 7,600 won, which is like $6.5-7. And burger chains like Lotteria, Mom's Touch saw revenue jumps of 12 to 15% as they became the new standard for an affordable meal. So that means like we have this indicator on like how inflation is going or how like the living cost in a certain country is by comparing the Big Mac prices. And I would say Korea is it's affordable but a little up there at the same time if you compare it to other countries.
No, it really is. And I've found out, the most expensive out of those is Burger King.
Oh, is it?
Burger King is crazy expensive.
Okay.
And so I heard that kids, they know how rich a kid is by which franchise they go to.
They go to Burger King and
Burger King
they're
that's rich.
Okay.
You know, I believe that? They'd be like, you're eating like a king.
So a kid going to Shake Shack would be like mega rich.
That's mega rich.
Five Guys, like
Loteria is like the cheapest.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I never thought of Mom's. If Mom's Touch is considered cheap, that's a really good affordable. It tastes really good there.
So I mean, I understand for Mom's Touch because like their chicken is just like so big.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it has great value. So
yeah, exactly.
Worth the price.
But again, McDonald's is kind of like that standard,
exactly.
Right? That's where you meet. And again, burger prices have been going up too. But the crazy thing here is young people still got to drink.
Oh yeah.
And now they got affordable soju. I mean, not that soju's that's not even expensive.
It's not expensive. If you go to the convenience store, you can probably buy one for like $1.5, $2 max. But even that seems to be too high, maybe. Yeah. Like a lot of people just use soju as mixers, to be honest, like for somek and stuff, or they just want to get drunk very quickly.
Right.
So there's this new brand called 991 Soju. It's called Good Soju, and it was launched to provide a 20 to 30% discount compared to the standard prices. Honestly, though, like if you're gonna drink soju, like I think the substances would already be very chemical and bad.
Yeah.
I would not stoop down to like a 991 soju.
No, but if you're gonna mix it with beer, if you're gonna have somek, it's not a bad idea.
I guess.
I mean, if you're gonna be just drinking only soju with like raw fish, then I'm probably not gonna be spending.
I mean, whenever I'm drinking the original like Jinro or whatever sojus, I already feel like I'm harming my body. But then if I go down even more than from that, I feel like, is this even edible? You know, below 1,001 is crazy.
No, but the crazy thing is, a few years ago, if you went to a convenience store to buy like your popular sojus, it wasn't even 1,001. It was very, very cheap. But now like the prices are just going out of crazy, and then now people are buying kimbaps at like E-marts and like supermarkets.
Right.
The 4,000 ones and the 3,800 ones.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Well, but then the thing is, no one's ashamed. No one's ashamed to buy the affordable ones because everyone's going through the same thing.
Exactly.
But I like the fact that they're going out there, finding it and sharing the information instead of trying to benefit out of this by making an application, which
map.
It's us.
Okay.
It's us. What Stray Kids la da da? Why'd you?
It's a high energy track pushing through no matter what. Perfect for the war young workers and people face against rising prices.
All right, this is Stray Kids with Rock La La La. Back in the studio talking about what young folks are doing to save money on food, drinks, and all of that stuff. Bahar says, how about not drinking and save the medical bills too? You know, I heard something crazy today, actually. My coworker found out he had hernia.
What's that?
It's like when like your inside pops out. But not like through, like it was like a different kind of hernia.
Okay.
And it's not good. You need surgery. And he goes, I was in so much pain, and it was the weekend. I couldn't go to the emergency room, so I drowned myself with alcohol. And I said, I don't think that's that's.
I don't think I can laugh about this.
I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
But he said, I was in so much pain. I was like, there's a thing called painkillers, which is, much better suited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people do that, Bahar.
Maybe
don't do it.
That person just wanted an excuse to drink.
Yeah. Don't do that though. But it's true though. But also, you're finding out that a lot of young people are drinking less too.
Yes.
This is actually a trend. Less young people are not drinking as much as they used to.
Definitely. I mean, like the people I look around my surroundings. Whenever I ask them, do you like drinking? Like my students or like young kids, they're like, oh no, I don't drink. If I drink those like non-alcohol drinks, like 0%.
Oh my goodness, why would you do that?
I don't know. They just want to go with the vibe, but they don't want to get drunk, so they choose those non-alcohol beers and whatever.
Getting drunk is sometimes a terrible feeling. So, but also it costs a lot. You know, you have to buy the anju. In Korea, when you drink, you buy anju.
Right.
You buy food, and anju is super expensive. And in order to save money, don't do that.
Yeah, when I was in my college days, the thing I regret the most is actually like wasting a lot of money on drinking. If you think about it,
yes,
it was pretty expensive. didn't really give much value to my life. It's just like money. I should have bought like Samsung stocks instead.
I don't think that, but I do say that if I could go back, all the money I spent in partying, I would much rather use that money and time to go traveling.
Oh,
because
yes.
I think that's stuff that you remember.
Exactly.
A lot of the stuff happens that when you're drinking, you don't remember.
Right.
So. Beyond frugality, the rise of zero spending and free meals.
Yes.
The no spend challenge evolution. Do you remember? I don't know if you're old enough to remember this TV show back in the days called 만원의 행복.
만원의 행복, yes.
The happiness over 10,000 won.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like celebrities are given 10,000 won for the week. And they could only spend that much.
Wait, was it for a week?
It was for a week.
Wow, I thought it was for a day.
But then that show was like back in like the late 90s to like early 2000s where I think it was possible.
Okay, yeah, $10. Wow, for a week.
But it doesn't count like if you have like if it's like something that's given to you for free, it doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
It's anything that you spend.
Right. So I guess technically, if you just eat kimbap and ramen for the whole week, you can basically
It was
survive.
possible back then.
Yeah, with $10.
So now they're going with something similar, but no spend.
Actually, that's pretty funny because I think 2 to 3 years ago during COVID, there was also a trend called the $10 trend, and this was daily. So people were like, let's limit our budget daily as $10. Let's put a cap there. And they would look for, like similar to the beggar map, they would look for cheap prices, cheap food, go to convenience stores and whatnot. But now it's gotten even more intense. It's become a social media trend and a lifestyle as well too among the MZ generation. The 0-1 challenge. So it's not $10. It's like starving. It's like spending 0-1, and they just like commute by bike or they pack homemade lunches. They avoid whatever spendings they can spend. And the most iconic example for this is the temple food.
Ooh.
So apparently a lot of university students are flocking to local temples, Buddhist temples like Yeonhwasa in Dongdaemun for free lunches on specific dates like Tuesday.
I can't believe people are doing this.
Exactly. Like, I don't even know this information, but I guess these people are frugal and they really want to or need to save up some money. So they go to these temples. And apparently in 2024, there were only 15 people in average that were visiting these temples for food. But now in 2026, it's nearly 130. So that's 10x. That's how bad it is.
Do you think it's a combination of both things, or is it one or the other? Inflation is definitely up. I mean, prices are ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
But do you think they're doing this solely because everything is so expensive, or number two, it's just a challenge? People are just trying to do this for like clicks and content and things like that.
I don't think so, because I mean the challenge factor is definitely there for content creators and stuff, but if you put yourself in these people's shoes, like going to a Buddhist temple is pretty time consuming.
It is.
You have to actually like climb up a mountain or something, or go inside a very remote area and then go there to eat, like, they give you like vegetable food,
right?
Vegan food.
Yes. No meat.
Yes, I could not do that. So I think these people are actually really going there for like to save up and to actually, some people survive, maybe even. But it is a tradition from the old days where you go to the Buddhist temples and they give you free food.
Right, but then like normally people that do go to the temple for the free food aren't going there for the free food. They're going there for the experience, and then the food is given to you.
Right.
But you're talking about young people finding place. I mean, it saddens me actually. I don't, but they're being smart, and so because you can also be like dumb and be like, I got no money, but I'm still gonna be spending $100 on spending this and that and stuff like that. But at least they're being smart. But it also shows you a very sad reality.
It is, yes.
That isn't normally seen on the screens.
No, we have the Buddhist temples, but also if we go the different route, we have the churches as well too.
Yes.
If you go to Sunday services and after, like they have the cafeteria.
Yes,
and if you pay like a small fee, like 2,000원, like $2,000 or something, 2,001 or something.
Some places, I mean, those are the big ones.
Yeah, some places they're even free too.
Free,
yeah. So you can actually go eat at church, or sometimes like in front of big stations like Seoul Station, there are like free food stalls where like homeless people or just like neighborhood people gather and eat food for free.
I remember when I was in college in Syracuse, Jenga. I used to go to church back when I was younger, and the Syracuse church that I went to, we used to meet up every Saturdays for like Bible study and stuff. And there was a homeless guy that always came, and we always welcomed him.
Yeah,
I still remember him. His name was Joseph, and then he comes in. And quiet guy, he's here for the food and the snacks and stuff. Like, they also comes in on Sundays for the service and then the food. And then he brings in the Book of Mormons.
Oh, no.
And I was like, huh? So, I mean, but they're all welcoming.
Yeah.
They're all welcoming. That's just the thing. You can't, you're not going to push them away. And I think he took advantage of a very good thing.
Yeah.
But kids are doing this.
Kids are doing it. University students are doing it.
But this is something that's crazy for a 2026 Campus 1001 breakfasts.
Oh, yes. Actually, I've seen this firsthand a lot. The university I'm teaching at right now currently has this policy. So whenever I go to the cafeteria, I see a lot of students lined up for the breakfast meal, which is only $1. And this is funded by like government subsidiaries or, the local government funds. And I think all of these universities have this policy, and these students who are usually on allowance money and then don't have that much luxury to eat good stuff, they actually flock to the cafeterias every morning.
Guys, 1,001 is like 60 cents right now.
Yeah. It's under $1.
It's like 70 cents.
Yes.
And I saw the pictures of how they look. I mean, it's not crazy, but you have everything that you need.
It's cafeteria food, and it's better than what you'd get in like a U.S. school.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so they have all the nutrients. They got the kimchi, the rice, the soup, and some meat, and like
someone said someone took a picture of it, and they said, "Do you think 1,001 is too much for it?" And then there was like yogurt. The spoon yogurt.
Yeah.
They're like, that itself is more than 1,001.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, why would anybody complain over this? So
I think it's a good policy.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah.
And again, more, I guess, with all the schools doing this. Now, tuition's not that expensive here in Korea, but again, you have to take into consideration all the, the work you have to put in to make money. And so they're saying, focus on just the studies. And here, 1,001, and it's only for breakfast, right? I remember when they first launched this. This was very, very popular. You chose a song from Le Seraphim called Easy.
Yeah. I thought like the young students nowadays looking for free food, they make it look like a challenge, but it's also so very easy to find. So
but also, it seems like life as a young person is not easy these days either. This is Le Seraphim with Easy, talking about what young kids are doing to face the inflation and stuff like that. We got a message from Django, says, I know here they have an app that restaurants can list like packages of basically leftover food, pastries from a bakery left unsold at the end of the night people can buy for a low price.
I always wondered why they don't do that in Korea, because I've seen so much food waste. There's this particular Dunkin' Donuts I pass by every night. Yeah. And when it's like 9 p.m.-ish, when they shut down, like they have like a batch of donuts and they just throw it away.
They throw it away? Just they'd be like, oh, let me get that.
Yeah, I mean, but I've heard apparently they're not allowed to do that by company policy because like there might be food poisoning or other issues that occur. So yeah, they don't do that. But I've always wondered like if it was systemized enough for like these franchises or whatever local restaurants that have leftover food and they could like give it away to people in hunger, that would be amazing.
I think Korea needs to do more of that. Yeah. I actually do agree, because I know that in the U.S., like, depending on the restaurants, there's, I remember I worked somewhere where, like, if you have leftover, you could just take it home. Yeah. And there's so much left over that you can't have that all yourself. So they would donate it to, like, a homeless shelter. Right. Or something like that. or young people who are hungry. Let's talk about our third talk here: the loneliness economy and the community survival. Man, I love these titles, man. Community over competition is exactly what we just talked about at the start of all this. Right? Let's talk about this.
So in the old days, if you knew a hole in the wall or like a secret hidden gem in your neighborhood that served good quality food for under $10, you wouldn't want it to become crowded and known to more people because like it's your secret spot and you want to have that good food for yourself. But actually, if you track the origin of these beggar maps, they come from the beggar chat rooms.
Yeah.
So they have group chats called 거지방. I don't know why it sounds a little bit derogatory, but like
that's just the thing. Like, Koji is a word you use to make fun of like your friends back in the day.
Exactly. So why not we change it to like frugal room or like save money room or something like that. But anyways, for the fun of it, like this is the MZ5s too. Like naming things in like a fun and humorous way.
But also by calling yourself Koji.
Yeah.
Like you protect yourself from other people actually calling you Koji.
Yeah. So it's kind of dark humor, I guess.
It is.
But like they named it beggar chat rooms, and they have these group chats, and they've evolved into like a support system. It's like a community amongst each other, and they share information where you can get hot deals, you can get cheap stuff. Where they have like an Americano event going on. Not only that, but they also have these challenges within the chat rooms, which bind you from overspending. So like if you post a photo of like a luxury coffee, others will scold you. Like you go in there to get shamed for overspending.
You know, the craziest thing that I saw was that young people also like to work at convenience stores. And there's a policy where if, let's say, like the kimbap, right? Yeah. If it's like 1 day old, you have to throw it away.
The Peggy,
right?
Yeah.
But you can actually technically still eat that. Like it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just bad to be sold.
Right.
But the food hasn't gone bad. And so one day I was at the convenience store in the first floor of my apartment. There's this young guy that works there on weekends. And he's just eating like everything, like sausages and kimbaps. And I was like, dude, I was actually a little bit tipsy. It was like late in the night, early morning, whatever. And I was like, I think you just spent your entire day's work on eating all that. And he's like, no, this is Peggy, right? These are stuff that I'm supposed to take out. And it was so much food. Yeah. And he said, this saves me so much money.
Exactly. That's one big reason a lot of college students actually work for these convenience stores. Yeah. Because they have these lunch boxes, and whenever I go to my nearby convenience store, they always throw it away. Yeah. And I feel like, maybe I should take one of those, ask the owner, like if you're going to throw it away anyways, like, I'm good with it. So
if you're cool with the convenience store, the person, like they'll actually give it to you for free.
Yeah. But then I saw this episode online where this person regularly visited and only sought for these throwaways. Yeah. And the convenience store owner got pretty annoyed by it, and they were like, at least buy something before you ask for,
You can't take advantage of it all the time. Yeah. But there's also the YOLO. You only need one.
Yes.
Thing that's going on.
Right. So it's the contrary from YOLO. So you only live once. And that's connected to flexing, right? So like you're going to die soon. So spend all your money, go travel, go eat good stuff. What's life for? Happiness and all that. Let's spend. That's like YOLO. But YONO is you only need one. It's being frugal. It's prioritizing essential stuff, meaningful consumption over mindless spending. I actually like this mindset because I know a lot of people around me that buy a lot of clothes. I that's one thing I don't understand personally. Like people who have a very big passion in clothing. They go to Zara, they go to H&M, they go to all these Uniqlo.
That's cheaper.
But they buy new stuff every single season, and I always ask like, don't you have something similar from last year? And it's like, the trend has changed,
Yeah, that's why they got like spring 26 and summer 26.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, just buy like a classic polo and just like wear it for 10 years.
Man, you became 아저씨 too quick, man. That's like me right now, right? Like I don't spend money on clothes anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to when I was in my 20s. But I like this because I feel like it was not long ago that people were YOLOing.
Yeah, they were flexing a lot.
And now we're going to YONO. But again, what do you think is this, like, very quickly here, what do you think is the psychology of this trend right now?
The psychology is that there's like this interactive resilience by turning a grim economic reality into like a shared game or a data sharing project. So the youth are regaining a sense of control over their lives. They're like, we might be poor. We might not have money. However, we're going to actually make this into a fun challenge that we can all share together as if it's a game. It's like a quest. And every time we accomplish something, it gives you a feel of, fulfillment or something.
Make the best out of, the negative situation.
Yeah.
But if you think about Korea as a general, the society, if you remember during the IMF days, the financial crisis, the country came together.
Yes.
Selling their gold and stuff like that. In the same way, young kids, it's tough right now. Job market's bad. Everything's getting expensive. So they're coming together to share information and make this more of a challenge and more of a game.
Yes.
And I like that. See, I think that's very Korean.
It is.
I really think it's very Korean. Nevertheless, for all our listeners out there, this is, again, the reality that the young people are facing. But again, at least they're making it fun, is what we're getting out of this. David, thank you so much for this, man. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you again next Monday.
Okay.